All right, guys, I'm back. Okay, I need to address something quickly. Here within our registration form, we have a service pack options list over here. Now, initially when we created this form, I manually inputted these what you call it, these options statically within the view page, within the view itself. So, but the thing is, within our contract table, we're gonna need to store the ID of the service name. So now I created the service list. I created the services within our services table. That's the service name there. This is just some dummy text, the device range, and the service fee. And so how I went about doing this, in Laravel, there's a way in which you can insert what you call it test data, either via factories, or you can manually insert data using seeds. So now how you create a table seed, it's you run this command over here, php artisan make seed and then service table seed. That's just the naming convention, but you can name it whatever you want. So, but in any case, with a table seed, what you do is here within the within the class itself, you import the model of what represents your services table into the table seeds class, and then here you create whatever dummy whatever test data that you want to insert within the services table. So remember the service model represents the services table within our database, and so I'm inserting this information. I inserted this information over here within our services using that table seed. So after you create whatever dummy text you wanna dummy data that you wanna create, you then come to this database table seeder file over here and then register that particular table seed as I did over there, service table seed. You import that class within here, and then in order for this information to get inserted within the database, um, you run this command called PHP artisan db and then seed. And then what it'll do is it'll call this database seeder file over here. And whatever table or whatever seeders that you've registered within here, they will run and insert whatever information that you've set up within that seeder itself. So I created those services that you see here using that table C. So I just felt that I needed to explain that before we just what you call it continue with trying to store the information, the client's information within the database. And so if you remember within the controller, we have a method here that returns the add client view, which is this view over here. And so I'm calling the services that I created, the ones that I showed you here within this table, and I'm passing it to the view. And so therefore, the options list that you see here is coming from the information that I set up here within the database, because like I said, we need that ID to insert it within our contracts table here. So now that being said, I wanted to just quickly review what we are doing here. So we are creating the user's account, and then this variable here basically is going to hold the last inserted record within the users table. And so because of that, we are then able to get the ID that is going to be generated when we store this information. And so that ID, I'm setting it here within the company detail table. And so, um, and then the rest of the information is basically the company name, enterprise type, industry, etc. Then the company address, same thing. Now I'm relating the company address obviously using the company detail variable there. So we're doing the same thing that we did with the user's account table here. So we are getting the ID of the last inserted record, which is going to relate to the company detail, and then we are inserting it there. And then the rest is just the address, office number, street name, suburb, city, etc. Now the contracts details, like I said, this is going to give us the ID. If I show you here within the what you call it, the view itself, this is where I'm looping through the various services that are there, and then as you can see, we are retrieving the ID instead of the name of the service, and so we are getting it through the service pack name here within our controller. And then obviously I'm relating the contract to the ID, and the reason being is that obviously a customer can have more than one company. So I use the company detail, and a customer can have more than one company, and obviously um, the contract or the services that you provide may vary depending on the company that your customer has registered with, etc. So I'm just relating to the service pack to the company itself. And then remember we did the files to store. I mean, we the file to store, which is the document that we're going to be attaching here from on our customer registration form, and then the path to where the document will be. So if you check the columns of our contracts table, as you can see, I have the document and then the document location. You will get to see later on as to why I did it this way when we need to download the file itself. So I hope I was able to I hope you guys were able to see what how I'm storing this information. So the file to store is obviously what we've set up here, and then the file path is obviously this over here. So I use the company name. You will get to see when we create this user, there will be a file, there will be a folder here based on the company name, and then in there you will see the path itself. All right, I think I've been talking too much. So now the one last thing we need to do, we've set up our tables as to where it needs to store the information. So after we restore the information, we need to send the user back to the add user view. So I'm gonna say return. Oh, by the way, actually, oh no, let me just do it. So redirect, and I'm just gonna say redirect back to wherever they came from, which will be the add user form with a success message. So there I'll say success, and then I'll say client edit uh, successfully. That's it. And then here I'm gonna put a note. I'm gonna just say to do, and then I'll say send email notification. All right. Okay. So since we're doing this, if you remember in the system within the demonstration video, when you add a client, it sends a notification to the client to verify account, etc. We won't do that within this video. For now, we're just gonna do this, and we're just gonna register the user for now. We'll do that at a later stage. So the one last thing we need to do is just show the success message within the add client view. Okay, so at the top, uh, right. uh, So first thing I'm gonna do is check for the what you call it, the success message. So it's gonna be session, and I'll say success, right? And then I'm gonna add a div within here. I'll say alert dot alert success, and then I'm gonna say text center, and obviously it will span the whole thing. So here I'm gonna just put some b tags, and we'll display whatever message is within that success uh, variable. Okay, all right, that should be fine. So hopefully I did everything correctly, and then we can then now start to we can then test to see if we can add a user within the system. Okay, so let's enter a user. Um, by the way, currently we don't have anything within our users table. As you can see, zero records. So let's try it. I'm just gonna create using some of the old information that I had. Gonna be private. Industry is gonna be mining. Worktel will be that. Let me see. Info. Let me just take that. And here we'll just say, okay, office number will be 12345. Street name will be, I'll just select that. Suburb, that's Joburg City. Content zip code will be that. And obviously we select, I'll just select a professional one. Then we're gonna just select the document here. And I'll just take that Java 8 document over there. Alright, so just to verify, oh yeah, I need to create a password. So password 3. So hopefully I did everything correctly. Alright, so let's test it. Mine here doesn't exist. Okay, let me just check this out. Uh, what's in it? Mine PDF doesn't exist. Let me say, let me just do this. Let me see if this works. Oh, I see what the problem is. Alright, I see what the problem is. I put a pipe there instead of the semicolons. Apologies for that. Okay, let's try again. Just gonna resubmit that very same information. Um, Private. Again, I'll say professional. Select that. Okay, let's try again. What in the hell is this doing? Okay, quiet, private. Okay, do we have everything? I think we have everything now except for that again. Okay, seems like there's something wrong here. Okay, enterprise type. Oh shit, I forgot. Okay, govern doesn't have a value. And then that one will be private. Okay, my apologies for that. I forgot to actually input that those values there. Okay, so industry mining. No, actually I need to refresh. Private mining, whatever, whatever. Okay, hopefully everything. Oh no, password. All right, so one last time. Okay, so client added successfully. So now let's check within our database. Uh, Let me just make it so that we can see what's going on there. All right, so there we have our first user. There's our token string over there, our hashed passwords, obviously not verified yet, etc. And then if you check the company details, all right, so as you can see, the client ID, as you can see there, is as the same as that. So we were able to successfully retrieve it, and the address, same thing there, everything's correct. And then contracts. All right, so as you can see, it picked up that might be an issue there because it's not taking the, but in any case, it took the file that you saw me take there, and then there's the folder path to where the document is. So if you check now within our app storage, I mean storage app, as you can see, it created the folder there, and then there's the file. So now, but the one last thing we need to make sure that we get it right is the file extension. So um, oh yeah, I forgot. It needs to have a we need to concat where it gets a dot so that when after the timestamp it should put a dot and then the file extension. So but at least we are able to retrieve the file itself and then store it within the database. All right, so that's it guys. Okay, we are able to successfully add the client within the system, and also getting the file name. Obviously, we've rectified this because it didn't get the correct thing, but yeah, as you saw, it created the folder Stephen coal miners contracts and then current, and then that's exactly what we have within our folder here. So it's Stephen coal miners contracts current, and then there's the file. All right, guys. All right, guys. That's it for the video. Apologies again. It took long. I was hoping that it wouldn't take this long, but yeah, what else can we do? In any case, again guys, thanks for watching. In the next video we're going to be working on doing the authentication process, and I'll be seeing you guys within that video. For those who haven't done so already, if you've liked what you've seen, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys within the next video. Cheers for now.